Okay. All right. Well, sorry about the interruption to the stream, or everyone. I'm on my way back into the group. Windows completely crashed on me. Oh, son of a... Okay, I'm turning my volumes down because that about blew my eardrums out. Sorry guys. Alright, you guys hear me? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Windows, I don't know if you saw my message Discord, yeah, Windows decided to go bye-bye. And, everything just died. So, anyway, we're back.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, we're back anyway. Sorry, guys. Alright, so I don't know when I cut out exactly, but basically, let me make sure I got everything back up that needs to be so I can function here. Okay, so to reiterate some, because I'm not sure when I crapped out, but so their offices are
Apple Store.
Yes. Okay, so it's like an Apple store. The counters, people in uniform, the polo and jeans, actually. It just levels a little bit here again. Okay. Anyway, so polo and jeans, employees with badges talking to people. They got a bunch of those kiosks that are in there that kind of look like voting booths, sort of. It's a thing you walk into, you step into it, and there's a screen and keyboard and stuff, and that's where you can browse through properties. Person to rent something, or have them handle renting something for you, whatever.
Yep.
On the glass on the other side is basically there are on each side there are two, one upper, one lower, 100-ish plus inch displays. Each one of them is either doing a slideshow or a virtual tour of a different property and information about that property and stuff. And as they scroll through them, it'll show up some property information for a bit, and then it'll show some kind of advertisement for Robert Roberts, and then they'll go back to showing another property, and then there'll be a message from the current CEO, and then it'll go back to doing showing another property, etc. Advertising stuff. Let's see. So that's what you see there. As you're standing there, once you've been standing there about 15-20 seconds, which there's been music playing, by the way. It's a mall. There's music playing, there's announcements going off, there's there's walkers going and talking about their product, trying to get people into their store, all that kind of stuff. But once you've been standing there, like I said, about 15 or 20 seconds, you hear a voice say, "Welcome, Stringer. Your notoriety, your reputation precedes you. Please come on in and let one of our representatives know what they can help you with. Josh is standing by, for just waiting for you. He's at table 3. In fact, if you look toward the back of the store, you should see him," and there's a pause, "waving now." If you do look toward the back of the store, there's a guy with a big smile on his face back there waving at you.
Yep.
It's awful. I love it.
Facial recognition. Biometrics. You're on TV a lot.
Yeah, Google and Apple are working on that shit now.
Yep.
I mean, if you have a smartphone, they track you, and they sell data on which shops you stand outside, presumably looking in the window.
Well, there's a lot of stuff too on Bluetooth that Bluetooth, even if they don't know who you are per se, they can, your phone or whatever devices you have are broadcasting the MAC address and stuff, the Bluetooth ID. So they may not immediately, it may take some time for them to figure out that it's stringers Bluetooth, but they can track people walking around the store, walk around the mall, and all that. Some of the hacker conventions, people have already been doing it. They can find out it. They pull up these maps and can trace where all the people have been around the hotel. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
in the store they can look at things like how much time people spend looking at a certain display, how many people go to that display, and then track your path as if you've been walking through the store and that display has caught your eye.
Well, even the lowest end retail stores now have systems in place. I've actually installed them. That at the bare minimum, when you walk, they count how many people walk in the door, how many people walk out the door, and they watch what direction you go when you first go in the store. So if you go to the right, you go to the left, or you go straight ahead, it counts all that stuff. What section of the store you head to. But anyway.
I'll head over.
Hold on just a moment. I'm sorry. I am going to have to... give me just a second, guys. I can't hear you guys at the moment. It appears my headphones have died. I'm just having all kinds of equipment problems today. Okay. Maybe.
Do you want to switch over to Mirage for a bit?
One thing or another.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yeah, do you want to switch over to Mirage for a bit, then come back and I'll...
Sure. Sorry about that. Okay. God. Hey. You know, if somebody's going to have equipment problems, apparently it's going to be me.
It's alright,
all
I'm
right.
having weird shoulder feeling problems, so don't worry about it.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Alright.
So, yeah. So that's where he is. Mirage, you got dropped off a couple blocks ahead. It's a very busy street. It is... let's see what the weather's like. You got a little bit of drizzle going on. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
How
I
about
think we're
that?
good.
Sorry about that.
That's good.
As soon as I realized that there was a problem, I looked over and again, it was spiking. So apparently it can't decide. It either wants to stop working entirely or it wants to like boost the gain infinitely or whatever.
It's pretty bad.
I don't know. Here, let me see. I am... Okay, can you still hear me? It's probably lower. Is the quality worse?
Actually, it's
Quality's
better.
fine.
Is it okay? Alright, we'll just do that. Alright, we'll just try that.
Okay.
And I'll put up what's supposed to be my good microphone. Alright. Anyway, we'll try that. Hopefully it won't cut out or anything. Maybe. Although I've only got about 20-30 minutes left here that I can play today. So anyway... So, yes, it's spitting a little bit of rain. Pollution is at a 3, which is a relatively low number. 5 or so is like the average. So, you got that. And it's a crowded street. Not too far off from the corporate center. What you want to do?
So yeah, basically, I'm like gonna go. I'm gonna probably do like a lap around the mall,
Mm-hmm.
Just looking if there's any like connecting buildings or anything like that. And I'm also going to then go inside the mall and see like what the doors are, because I'm assuming there's going to be like doors that lead sort of out of the main civilian area and into like the businessy area, you know, like the staff areas. So I'm basically looking for those when I'm inside the mall. Because
Okay. Yep. It's going to be pretty similar. I don't know if I've done much with or been in the employee areas of current malls, but pretty similar. There's going to be some emergency exit doors, which if you open them is a more industrial looking hallway, which is the back hallways where the freight gets moved and the back doors off the shops and stuff are, that kind of stuff. If you hit one of those, you'll find a freight elevator that goes up and down. But if you'll find periodically there's five of those hallways. As you walk around, if you're walking around the interior of the mall, you'll find 5 of those doors like that, which are connected around the back. If you're on the walk around the outside, there is one spot where there is a truck door, or a dock where trucks can back in that's recessed into the ground, and all that stuff. Parking lot. Most of the parking, there is some street parking and stuff. Most of the parking is underground. As you're walking around, you'll find you're just a couple blocks from NCPD station. You are about a block from Slammers. You're actually about a block from Slammers, from Freddy's, from Brawlers, if you know the Night City guidebook very well. Yeah, is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. What are the mall's opening hours? I'm guessing 24/7, or does it close?
24/7. Not all the shops are 24, but the mall itself is 20. Is the main part of it is open 24, and some of the shops are 24. Some of the shops are by appointment only.
So if I go around, just looking at the opening hours of the shops, what's the general kind of average? Like, when do most places seem to close?
Most of them are closing around the 4. Well, I say most of them. A good number of them close around 6 o'clock. Okay. And then there's a bunch that are open till 6. Probably 50% or something are open till 6. Then there's several that are open till 8, 9 o'clock. And they're 10 o'clock, and there's between 8 and 10 they close. And then pretty much from there you got the ones that are open all the time. Yeah. They're open 24. And then again, there's a few that are appointment only. That actually don't post hours, are just call for appointment. Or contact us. They don't say call, they say contact.
Okay. And the doors, so if I go up to one of these doors, you know, I'm doing this subtly because I don't want to draw attention to myself, but
right.
I go up to one of those doors, are they locked? And what kind of lock would it be?
They are locked. There is a card reader badge. Okay. You know, cool. And as you're wandering around, you will periodically see security and stuff too.
Yeah, I kind of took that as like an assumption.
But you've got mall security. Some of the, as you're walking around, you know, since you were looking for this stuff, some of the shops will have their own security. You got mall security. Let's see. Okay, you don't see any of that. I was just wondering if there is always the possibility that Night City PD will have a presence here, but they do not. You know, some malls actually will have like a dead space or a big closet or something that they turn into a small office or break room kind of room for the local cops to use when they want to get in someplace. They don't want to go to the convenience store. They can go do their paperwork in a room like that. Okay. And but there is not one of those here in any case. Okay. Or that not that you not that you spotted or found.
Okay. And cameras. What kind of camera coverage are we looking at?
There is quite a few cameras. Several, even most of the shops have cameras of some sort. You have just I'll give you the basics, and then you can do a roll or two depending on what more detail you want. Just as far as looking around, almost every shop has some kind of cameras inside. Most of the shops have a camera or two pointed at their entryway, and then there are cameras in the ceiling or around the mall itself. Much more detail than that, and you'll need at least an awareness notice, if not an electronic security.
Yeah, I want to see if cameras are the only, like, security system that they've got. I want to kind of see if there's any telltale, like, cabling or telltale signs of, like, other types of security measure.
We're done with the mall itself, or specifically the Robert Roberts shop, or what are you thinking?
Probably both, because the Robert Roberts shop is a potential
Entry.
of entry. What are the opening hours of the Robert Roberts shop as well?
Their kiosks are open 24 hours a day. They are staffed, the kiosks, but that's basically the way the shop is set up. Since you're looking for this specifically, the kiosks are all in one section of the shop, and the tables and everything are kind of in the other section. And there's like a really wide entry, but since you're looking for it, oh, I'm sorry, one moment. I came unplugged. Okay. So the way the entryway closes from both sides, and then a divider will close. So the kiosks stay open 24 hours a day. The staffed part is open from 7 to 8. No, 7 to 7. 7 to 7. That's better. Yeah. 7 in the morning, 7 at night. And, yeah, do you have electronic security?
I do.
Okay, so you can roll it for the
theory,
mall.
I'm pretty good at it.
So you can roll it for the mall, and you can roll it for the shop.
Alright, for the mall... No. And for the shop... 22.
Okay, so yeah, the mall has these cameras around, but you're not even sure they're ready to work. They almost look like those dummy, some of them are moving, but they look like those really generic battery-operated ones to you. Okay. As far as the shop goes, you got better there. The shop has 2 cameras on the outside pointing at the entryway. It actually has several cameras around the inside. And I'm going to say 22 is enough. These are of sufficient resolution quality to do facial recognition in the camera.
Okay. Cool. Asks it is then. Alright.
And how long do you think you'll stand around outside the shop while you're studying this stuff?
Not too long, so I don't want to draw attention to myself. I probably conceal it by pretending I'm looking at these absurdly priced houses.
Okay. And
oh yes, look at
do
all
you
the
have
stuff I can't afford.
Do you have a SIM card?
Probably not actually, because I was born in Europe.
Okay.
So I probably got like a Euro passport or something.
Okay. Let's see, do you think it'll take you over 10 or 12 seconds, 15 seconds to do your
Probably.
looking around? Probably.
It's probably
okay.
like
That's enough.
30 seconds, 45 seconds or something.
So you do have so you figure you've got a European passport. Okay, so yeah. So as you're looking at it, actually I gotta look at something real quick before I don't want to say this the wrong way. Pull this up, one moment. I got this. Give you the right stuff here. Netherlands. Okay, Netherlands. So I do not, as the ref here, I don't know what the proper style is, but whatever the traditional style of buildings and such would be, or the current style, whatever, for that part of the world, would be one of the displays that is closest to you changes and starts showing that style properties that are available in Night City area. And a voice and a voice comes on and says, "Welcome to Night City." We have many properties that that may pique your interest. And okay, that's okay. So, and it continues to show you these properties that are way outside what your price range.
Oh, of course.
because the system rolled a 9 to figure out who you were, where you're from, but rolled a 3 to do your credit check. So. And you do, and it says, it goes on a little bit more about there's so much, Night City is such a great place to live, and stuff, and we'd be happy to find you a property, and it just shows you some properties on the display. It does not say that there's somebody waiting to talk to you. Eventually, it will eventually comment that kiosk number 4 has been configured with your profile and is ready for you to pick the property, pick your new home.
I walk away. I walk away. No. I can afford this stuff.
So,
no way.
As soon as you turn around, you start to walk away, and it says, "Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Don't forget Robert Roberts Property for all your property management needs."
Oh dear. Cool. Yeah. Well, now that I've investigated one potential entrance, I'm going to go investigate the other potential entrance, which is the truck, the truck loading bay thing outside.
Okay. You're gonna head back out of the mall and around the outside, or you're not gonna try to get in through one of the inside doors right now.
No.
Right. Okay.
I'm pretty much ruling off the main inside doors. Too many cameras, and if I'm gonna be picking the card, if I'm gonna be disarming, well, not disarming, but breaking the security on the card reader, I'm almost certainly going to get seen. So,
or you'd have to, steal a card, or have one made for you.
Yeah, but
something. I understand.
I think the Robert Roberts shop itself and the truck loading bay, I think, are much better alternatives.
Okay, so you're gonna head outside. You're gonna start to go around, and we're gonna jump back over to Stringer.
Yep.
And we're gonna do a little bit, Stringer. We're gonna do a little bit with you. We're gonna try to do just a little bit back with Mirage, and then that's gonna be it for today. I don't think we're gonna, other than getting some more stuff set up, we're probably not gonna be able to get very far, because I got about 10 to 15 minutes left here.
That's no problem.
Okay. Yeah. So, Marcellus, I should have, somewhere in all of this, you will be getting back to your place.
At some point, yes.
So, I'm sorry to say that you're kind of being left out of this part, but that's what you get for drinking all night.
Absolutely, and I accept it.
Okay. Yeah, at whatever point you will, as long as it's after dawn, you will be able to get back to your place without incident and stuff. Sorry I don't have as much action for you this time.
Imagine having fun in a role-playing game.
Gee.
That's the way
Weirdo.
Okay, so Stringer, you are being motioned gladly to come in and speak to Josh about your property needs. Are you going to do that?
Yeah, I will do.
Okay. You go inside. As you walk inside, let me think. Yeah, you can do an awareness notice if you want. If you want. But you media. So yeah, no, you don't. Okay. All right. That's okay. So you walk inside. It's a fairly crowded place. You walk toward the back, toward a table. Josh is there smiling. He's got his salmon-colored polo with the Roberts logo and his badge and stuff on. His badge is hanging off a lanyard there. And
Yep.
welcome, Stringer. Good to see you. I try never to miss an episode of when you're the guest, when your video is on. I love it. I love everything you do.
And well, thank you.
Notice he didn't mention anything specific.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. What can we do for you today?
Well, I thought I'd look into what properties are available outside of Charter Hill. Now, things that down there seem to be going south.
He has this little tablet in his hand. He goes, "Oh, yep, I see. You currently that your current property is over in Charter Hill South. That's your address of record. I understand. Yeah, I certainly want to live there with all the gang attacks and violence that's over there. It's a terrible, terrible place. Certainly. And he will start asking you questions about what kind of place you're looking for and how many bedrooms and what part of town, if you have a preference, and if you want a house or if you're looking for a condo or an apartment or all that fun stuff."
Yeah, I'm more interested in the small townhouse.
He says, "Okay," and he checks some things, and he says, as you guys are starting to talk, the other people at this, the other potential customers and customers at this table finish, the employees that were working this table go to other tables, go to other places, leaving the two. After just a few minutes, 5 minutes or something, it's just the two of you at this table. And
Yep.
He does comment, we understand, we try to give our more influential clients a bit more privacy. In fact, if you'd like, we actually have some offices that we could go in if you'd rather than being out here."
Yes, that would be preferable.
Josh?
All things considered, if I can avoid being overheard discussing which section of Night City I'm looking at.
Absolutely, we understand. That's terrific. He says, "Just a moment," and he touches his ear and he says something, and just a minute or two later he says, "Terrific." He says, "Bob Jackson is going to be your rep. His assistant is on her way down right now and will take you upstairs and to assist you further. I appreciate you coming in. I hope you have a terrific day." She's coming out, and actually, as he points, a woman comes out from a back door at the back of the shop, and comes out straight over to you, introduces herself as Janet, and says she'll take you up to the office.
Okay, thank you. As I head there, I will make a mental note of what the security systems are. Card reader, retinal,
electronic security
whatever.
rolls. Or electronic security roll for in here.
I don't have.
You don't have it?
electronic
Oh, okay.
security.
Okay.
But I'm
You wanna do-
basically going to watch what she does. If she holds a card up
Oh,
to something or puts
I
a card
understand.
into a
Okay.
slot,
Gotcha.
it's a card
Okay.
reader. If she sticks
Okay.
her eye up to something, it's a retinal scan.
You are absolutely you got it. Okay. So, as she goes toward the back, as she gets close to that door, she's got a lanyard on, and she'll put a card up to a card reader. You get through that door. This is not the door, the same door in the back of the shop that you've seen employees go in and out of, and that kind of thing. This is a separate single door, where the other one is a, one of those bar style flappy doors, that kind of stuff. This is a regular door, secured. You go through the door. There is a short hallway here and an elevator, and a nice elevator. She walks up to the elevator, hits a button. After just a moment, door opens. You guys get in the elevator. She hits 5. You go up the elevator.
Yep.
As the elevator is on its way up, there's a display, a video display in there inside the elevator, which is actually advertising properties. No surprise.
Yep.
And a face will come on the elevator and say something like, Janet, you have Stringer with you. Everything going okay? Do you need any assistance? And she says no, and she actually says a phrase that has to be a code phrase because there's no way anybody else would ever say it. She'll say it's always raining in Switzerland.
Yep.
Is her response to when he starts asking her a couple of questions. And so you guys go up to the 5th floor. The elevator never stops. He just comes on for a few seconds. They have that conversation and goes back off. Door opens into a lobby. You go down another hallway. It's a long hallway down the building, but just a few doors down, she gets you into an office. Introduces you to Bob Jackson, and asks if you want anything to drink. If you'd like some coffee or tea or juice or another beverage.
I think some coffee would be nice.
Absolutely. Do you prefer, and she'll list off 3 or 4 kinds of coffee, South American bold or, whatever. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'm not thinking of other kinds of coffee, although I've got about 15 in the other room. But,
Yeah, I'm waiting for Jamaican Blue Mountain to be mentioned.
At some point, she will make it. Let's see. I think there's a good chance. What's up? Yes. They have Jamaican.
Yeah. In that case, that's what I'll go for.
All right. She says she'll be back in just a moment. So anyway, so she leaves. She does that. A few minutes later, she'll come back, give you her coffee, cream and sugar if you want it. Real cream, real sugar.
Yep.
And basically, this guy is going to talk to you about the same kind of things. But instead of having a tablet and staring at the tablet and asking you questions, he's just going to be He's going to be talking to you, almost like you feel like you're being interviewed. Being in media, it literally feels like you're being interviewed by another media.
Yeah.
And he's not asking you specific, like, what part of town do you want to live in, how many bedrooms do you want. He's asking you other conversational questions that will get him that kind of information. Okay, he's just going to go over he's going to have that conversation with you. It's going to take about 15 minutes. And somewhere in there, he will be asking questions regarding budget as well. And again, he's not going to state any specific numbers. He's just going to get some general ideas. And then he's going to turn his screen around and it'll have a list of properties on it. And he's like, we can go through, we can do a virtual tour or any of these, or of course set up a showing. We even have, and he kind of lowers his voice, if you're interested, we even have, if you have the right cyberware, we even have a system you can plug into if you'd like to do a net-based tour of the property.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything you want to specifically get into with him or anything. We don't necessarily need to play out every question, I don't think.
No. Well, basically...
But that's the way the conversation goes, though.
Yeah. I will actually take a genuine interest in some of the properties,
Okay.
in case all the plans we have around Charter Hill go south.
Right. Well, he will show you several. He has a whole list there. All kinds of different price ranges. Different. Some are furnished, some are not furnished. He shows you one building that's still under construction, and these are some renderings of what it's going to look like when it's done, and so on.
Yep. Yeah, I shall.
You know.
I'll take more of an interest in the one that's still under construction.
Yep.
On the grounds that if I'm not immediately thinking of signing contracts, that will be a lot more normal for that building than for others.
Right. And you can't exactly set up an appointment to go show it to you because it's not done. So yes, he will answer whatever questions you have. If you're interested in that one, he'll be like, well, we have all the paperwork here. We are going ahead and processing applications for purchases in that building. There will be some rentals on some floors. Some floors will be dedicated to rentals. Some floors will be available for purchase.
Yep.
Basically, he will go through all of that. He'll be very polite. Somewhere here, he will start asking for you to sign for the signature. You know, he was going to start asking for the sale though. Whether it's at first, he'll just start pushing for you to actually sign either whether you go start looking at purchasing or you look at rentals, signing a contract either way. Then if you don't agree to that quickly enough, you'll start doing pushing a agency agreement that whatever you rent, you're going to go through him to rent it or buy either way. So yeah, however far you want to go, however far you want to take this, he'll go with it.
Yeah. Also, the other thing with this is in my background for family, my parents are like basically a mafia family. But when I rolled, it did my crime lord. But they also said decaying neighborhood. So I'm just wondering what sort of, what neighborhood in Night City that's likely to be. Any ideas?
Sounds like it might have. Could have been Charter Hill South actually.
Yeah.
It could be part of Old Downtown. A block down there, in that area somewhere.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe somewhere that's a bit Little Italy.
Yeah, could be.
If
could do that.
Being an Italian
It could be that. It could be an area of that area. It could be an area of that section of town that did not see complete new reconstruction, or that isn't, whatever. So this is the decaying part. But I'm sorry. Do you at this point do you have any specific questions or anything you want to go over with him? Because I need to switch back over to.
It's mainly the security.
for just a minute.
What security we had to go through that I was interested in.
Okay. So yeah, your security was there was a badge coming in out of the shop into that hallway. There was not a badge or anything, just a button at the elevator. Well, as far as you know, there wasn't anything but the button at the elevator. There was the challenge question and answer as you went up in the elevator. And once you got out of the elevator, there didn't seem to be anything else.
Yeah.
Okay. Mirage, just a couple more minutes, then we're going to have to call it for this session. You're going back around the outside of the building to the loading dock, right?
Yep.
Okay. What you want to do? You go to the loading... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I asked you a question and then I started talking. Pardon me.
No, I want to observe. I want to observe what happens when a truck comes in and needs to load.
Okay. It doesn't take too long to figure out. No trucks seem to stay here too long. They only have two. They have two big truck docks, the ones that like a semi can back up to, and then they have under a couple of spots where other regular smaller box truck or other vehicles could pull up to that doesn't have the whole loading dock and thing. When a semi backs up to the door, there's not much to see because they back all the way up, and if you're familiar with how that works, once they get backed up to it, you don't even see anybody getting out of the truck.
Yeah.
So, The other vehicles, people, the other door that's there, the other stairway, other box trucks will come and go. FedEx, UPS type people come and go. None of them seem to stick around very long. If one is there more than how long you get to observe for?
Oh, I'm observing for a bit of time.
A while. Okay. If one is there, seems like if a vehicle is stopped there more than about 10 minutes, then security comes and checks them out. We'll check out what's going on, or talk to a driver if there's a driver there, or whatever. As you're watching, you do see one of the tractor trailer types. One of the trailers gets dropped off, and then about an hour later, a different cab comes in and picks it up and leaves. The other one is there about an hour and a half, and the driver never seems to get out. It's one of the big sleeper style cabs. You never see a driver get out of the cab or anything. It's just sitting there for that time, and then it leaves. It does seem like, though, neither of those loading bays during the day seem to stay empty for very long. Not very long. There's another truck that pulls up. You're there for 45 minutes, hour and a half. Hour and a half seems to be about the longest. They leave within not too long. Another one comes in and pulls in. If you, let me see, you will actually, if you'll do your electronic security and an awareness notice for me, and I got a little bit more information, maybe. Just going over my notes for the building.
Awareness.
Do you have, considering you're a little ways away, do you have teleoptics or anything like that? No, I didn't think so.
No.
I'd ask.
Those things cost money. I started this game with like 600 euro bucks, so
You
no.
should,
So
sorry. Anyway, I mean it. So yes, you should hit up Stringer in his armory and see if he's got some goggles. Okay, so
a 2 and a 2.
wow. Okay then. Wow. All right. So for the most part, you don't. I give you a couple just a little bit more detail. There is a double door freight door with the box trucks and stuff. They will wheel stuff in and out. There's the stairs. There is a ramp. All that stuff for the smaller trucks. Sometimes those doors will be propped open for a while, but it seems like if they're closed, then the drivers or whoever from the trucks will go up to near the doors. They do something near the doors, and then they wait, and after a period of time, the doors open for them. But it's weird because sometimes they'll stay propped open for 10, 15, 20 minutes, even when you don't see anybody there. Even if there's not somebody using the door right then. Doesn't seem, from your perspective, you're not seeing a pattern to that.
All right.
So there you go.
I mean, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to. That's all I really wanted to do.
Okay.
So,
Well, if you're good, you got that stuff. Unless you have any other suggestion on that, you're good.
Nope.
Stringer, if you have any particular question, we can leave it with you in his office if you want. But do you have any particular thing you want to go or ask him or anything else? You ask
No.
Mr. Jackson.
But I will sign the agreement for if I do rent or buy somewhere, I'll go through them. See, that does no harm. But I will make sure my interest is in that building that isn't finished yet. So there's nothing to actually sign now, even if I did make a decision.
No, that building is still under construction, but they are already renting and selling. The apartments that are available for rent. They're already doing lease agreements for them. and the condos, the parts of it that are going to be for sale, they're already doing purchase agreements for them. Even though the building's still under construction.
Yeah.
They
I'm
are
kinda wondering what
already
the,
doing that.
Yeah, what the payments on the condos are.
I will say that is the thing we'll get into next week then.
Yep, no
Because
problem.
I don't have those figured out yet. So we'll do
Yeah.
those next time. Marcellus, I apologize again that there hasn't been much action for you.
It's all right. You
but-
kind of took me out because I was setting up stuff for the party with my brother.
Well, okay then. So yeah, you got back. Yeah, I don't know. You're going to make some other calls and try and invite some other people, probably. I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're doing that stuff, and that's pretty much where we're going to stop for today, guys. No combat. There's something wrong with that. There's no combat this time. That's weird. That's very unusual.
I'm really good at avoiding combat as well, so it might become more usual.
I was going to say, Marcellus is quite the opposite.
Like, oh no, there's like some who look like they want to fight me. Yeah, I run really fast.
Yeah, so do I. Straight at them.
He goes straight at them, I go the other way.
Pretty much. Sounds about right.
And then I hide next to a dumpster and they don't find me.
Alright, so I would just, for anybody, for players and everyone else, to mention things like the, well, actually I got a couple things to mention for you guys, for everybody. Well, I mentioned the app last time, and Marcellus, if I haven't told you about that, there is a PunkGenerator app now. And anybody, it's on Android only still trying to get approved with Apple.
Superior operating system.
Bullshit! Excuse me. But anybody that's on Android that wants to check that out, I'd appreciate that. Also, on the YouTube channel is at 77 subs now, and I'm looking to doing a giveaway or something at 100. So, any more subs I can get us to 100 faster, and I'll do a giveaway sooner. And we're going to be doing some other giveaways, so just get that out there. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. Maybe next week we'll start off with combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stringer reaches across the desk and slams the guy's face into it.
That's right.
If Marcellus was there, that might happen.
It could very well. Well, I was going to say is, while you guys are doing your reconnaissance mission, Marcellus gets hired to hijack a truck from the loading dock at a mall. And
I'm not gonna lie, that is one of the plans that I've got cooked up, is to basically mail deliver like us into this place.
Anyway, I really do actually need to crash and get some sleep because it's been a very long week and a very long day.
no problem.
I will catch you
All right.
Next week.
All right, man. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yep.
I'll see everyone next week. All right. Guys, have a great week. See you.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.